The Delaware primary was just the excuse Rob Tornoe needed to add his touch. He could have done something on Dennis Williams or maybe the end of the Tony DeLuca era in the state legislature, but instead he chose, drumroll please, Tom Gordon. So Rob, take us through the cartoon. What did you come up with?
Well, you know, as most people in Newcastle County know, both candidates, Paul Clark and Tom Gordon, have sort of ethically challenged backgrounds. And it didn't present primary voters with much of an opportunity to sort of get someone clean in there. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that and bring that up. And yeah, that's...
It was sort of the lesser of two evils voters had to choose from. Well, there were two sort of unknowns in the race as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, the primary people are going to be Gordon and Clark, and you knew one of them was going to come away with it. You know, the other two candidates were sort of minimal and didn't get their messaging out. Yeah, I just think, you know, for someone like Tom Gordon to be able to like resurrect himself and come back, you know, there's not a lot going on in Newcastle County. And I think, you know, the biggest loser of it all is Kovac. You know, Tom Kovac, who's the county president, resigned so he could run against Carney, who probably is going to lose to. You know, it reminds me of Bo Biden. You know, Bo Biden decided not to run in the Senate, you know, because he was going to face Castle. Well, then once Castle lost to O'Donnell, it's like, oh man, I should have run. Right. Same thing with Kovac. If Kovac were in this race, he'd have a legitimate chance to probably win, you know, against these two ethically challenged guys. So
woulda, coulda, shoulda. So take us through what it's like to draw Tom Gordon, because you never drew Tom Gordon before.
No, yeah, this is the first. I came about cartooning when he was gone. So yeah, no, he's got a great face. You know, he has these like puckered lips and these prominent cheeks, and yeah, he's gonna be a lot of fun to draw. So you know, for the next couple months at least, if he wins, it'll be longer. You know, I'll keep busy.
So something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And he is sort of under this this microscope now, because people really want to see if he can change and kind of move beyond those sort of ethical dilemmas and that black spot that's marked him.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a challenge for him to do that, obviously, and his whole campaign was based on what I did back when I was the executive. So, you know, for him to be able to go back to that and then try and pull away from that, it's sort of this dichotomy that's going to be tough for him, I think.
And we'll get a quick word in about sports. It was it was sort of it was almost a rough weekend this week for the for the Eagles, but yeah. So you sort of took that on.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people worried about the replacement refs having a confused time, but you know, ultimately it was Vic. You know, it looked like a preseason game out there. I mean, they were able to come in at the end and sort of win. They faced the Ravens this week.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be very tough. They looked great, yeah.
And you're actually getting sort of a unique experience in cartooning, a kind of live cartooning.
Right. So for the Inquirer, every game this season for the Eagles, I'm drawing cartoons live throughout the game, or post them on Philly.com, and it's challenging, it's fun, it's nerve-wracking, and it's, you know, it's quick. So it'll be cool. So we'll see.
And Rob, you keep that brain ticking, and we never know what you're going to come up with. Meantime, you can catch Rob's work at newsworks.org/Delaware.